Oh yes, it's the next day, and I'm not quite ready to apply the patches or another coat on this just yet. I went ahead and took the liberty to check all of these, make sure there weren't any little spots or little bits of sand or grit in here or anything else, and I lightly scraped that with my putty knife and checked all the different areas, and I saw a little piece here of caulking that was loose, so I went ahead and pulled it out because that'll remind me to take care of that. That, believe it or not, could leak and go right back behind here and underneath the house and cause a leak. Just that little bit, okay? And so remember, there were some ridges on these stair risers. This is called the riser, and this is called this stair tread. Okay, remember there was I had put the cloth on here, and there was a couple bubbles on it. There was one there, one over there. I went ahead and marked those with a pencil so I could see them, because I want that to be nice and smooth. Remember, there was a couple places where I put the cloth here, and I tried to do the best I could, and I missed a little bit. This piece here should have slid over just a hair. So I'm just going to put a little patch piece in there. Here's another little piece I'm going to put in right there, and here's a piece that was short, so I put a pencil mark on that and was checking that stuff out. There's another little bit right there. Not too many places. Here's one little spot. See where the tape is just kind of loose right in there, the cloth. I'm gonna put a little bit of roofing material there and put a little piece of that webbing or that cloth there. Here's some other pieces that had some slight bubbles. There's another little piece. I don't really like that. On my stair risers, I want that stuff to go away, and it's not going to if I don't do something about it, okay? These seem to be okay, but I saw a couple high ridges where I had the roofing material wrapped over here a little bit, not the cloth, but just the roofing. And so I scraped that off, and I'll just have to touch that up. See, I want to do all these little patches first, and then I'll let it dry a little bit, and then I'm going to go over the entire thing. And there are some pieces here on the stair tread. See right there, there's a little ripple there, but I'm not going to do anything to those, and I want to explain that to you here in a minute. I think I didn't really see many other places. I think there's a couple little areas down here. Here's one there. There's a little bit right there. See right in there. I'm not going to do anything to those because, remember, hear me out now. I'm going to patch these little areas, and I'll show you that coming up. And then I'm going to put one more coat over everything. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Then after that dries, you remember what I was telling you before? All these stairs, if I were to put a level on here, the stair tread is angling from here down to the inside of the stairs. That shouldn't be. Well, whoever built this, the stair stringers were cut improperly. They should have checked that out. They should have had these at least flat. If not anything, I would have had them raised up a little bit from the back side, an eighth of an inch higher at the back side than the front side, so you're rest assured that the water's gonna just, when it hits the step, it's gonna drain directly off it. Right now it doesn't do that. Water's going to build up on the back side of here by about an eighth of an inch before it flows out and drops down to the next step. Now, these top two steps they were full of dry rot. I cut those out. I reinstalled new stair treads, these 4x12 beam materials. And when I did that, before I had all of this put back together, and you can find all that on, you go to my main YouTube channel page, click on playlists, scroll down to dry rot deck repairs. Okay, you'll see what I had to do on replacing these two. And when I did, I pooched the back side up. So when I put a level on these two stair treads, they're actually the right direction. They're about 1/8 of an inch to 3/16 high at that end, and lower down here. Okay, so on those two, I don't really have to do anything. But after I put my second coat on here, what I'm going to do is, after that dries tomorrow probably, I'm going to pour a little bit more material on each one of these stair treads. And I'm going to, and it's, you know, that stuff, I wish it was a little bit more liquidy, because I'm going to place it on there, and then I'm going to kind of hope it finds its level. Do you know what I mean? Where it's low. And so that these steps will be raised up. I'll have that material on here, and it'll be raised up in the back, and it will be almost level on all of these. So see, that's why like this, I don't really care about that right now. See, I don't care about those, because when I put that, when I saturate this and put it on there, it's going to cover those up. Okay, and on my first coat, I had some extra in my pan, and so after I did the first coat, I poured the rest of it on here, because I knew this one is really going backwards a lot. And I've already filled that up a bit. I still have to do some more, and like I said, I wish that was a little bit more liquidy for this next thing I'm going to do after I put the next coat on there. But I figure I'll pour it on there, and I'll take a 2x4, a little block, you know, hold it up here and tap it with my hammer. Tap, 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 tap. Put it on the block so I don't mark up this, and maybe vibrate the step just enough to get this. Once I have that material on there, I'll try it on a step and tap it and see if I can't get it to kind of shake just a little bit to go down to where it's going to be pretty much level. You see what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna be tricky, but I think I can do it. Okay, so stick around. My next thing I'm gonna show you is how I go about patching these, and you probably already know how I'm gonna do that and stuff, but if you want to keep watching, I'll make a video of it, and it's coming up next. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you one more thing that I need to do on these stairs. After I make all the little patches, before I put the next coat on here, okay? Before I put the next coat on here, I checked around, and I wanted to see if I needed to do anything else around here. Now see this metal? There's two pieces of flashing, L flashing. This goes here and that way, and then this piece goes that way and back down. Well, when they caulk this, see, it's already cracking out right here. See, right in there. There's a hairline crack, all that right in there. See? I thought I better clean that out. I'm going to scrape it out with my sheetrock knife and a putty knife and stuff. Get it all ready to where I can fill that up with caulking, and I may have to put a small bead in there and get it pooched, shoved way in there, and then let it dry, and then tomorrow morning put a second coat on. And I'm going to have to do that right here too, and I wanted to make sure I did that before I got done with these stairs, because once I get done with these stairs, I think I'm just going to leave them white for this winter and see how they do. But I can already see I've only been walking on them a little bit. They're already discoloring a little, but we don't really use these stairs that much, and I could probably live with that. And plus, I want to make sure that this stuff is going to work this winter, and I'm pretty sure it's going to. And so chances are, if it all sticks, I was curious to see if paint would stick over the top of this, if I could put a coat of waterproof paint, let's say, over the top of this and maybe get it the same color, a little bit darker than the walls, let's say. Green, sledgy color. That's how these stairs were initially. I wasn't sure if paint was going to cover that or not, but I'm pretty sure it will. I'll have to read on the side of that to see if that can says if it's paintable. And even if it's not, I'm going to try it anyways, because the paint that I'm going to use for the stucco color, I'm gonna cut all this back in, you know, so that it looks nice and clean. And I'm sure that paint's gonna cover over that white roofing. Usually you don't paint over white roofing, do you? You just put it up there on the roof. So I think it'll paint over. I really do. Okay, so that's another thing I've got to remember. But I better clean this off now before I forget, because I don't want to get all that grubby stuff back down on my stairs and have to sweep up another time and all that. Okay, all right, look around and see if there's anything else you need to do around on these stairs for prep work. It's all about the prep, baby. You remember?